Hello, welcome. Take a look at this new lighting scheme that I've just devised with my big fat brain. It's going to allow me to do many things, including using the computer to enhance my videos in real time. So, keeping the similar practical, backwards on the camera, practical edge light with a fancy schmancy something going on in the background. I know you guys love that. And then we got our fill right next to the camera. This was annoying to set up, but I think this is going to give us a lot more capabilities. There's tons of things I can do. Like, what if I wheel in like this and I'm sitting back in a very comfortable way and I'm gaming with the homies, gooping, which I'm sure you have already heard that joke before. I don't actually play Arc Raiders, I play Tarkov, which is a superior game. It's actually not a superior game because it's coded like shit, but it's still the original extraction shooter. And if you haven't even tried it and you're playing Arc Raiders, then your favorite little streamer, the Peanut Guy, this is where he came from. So you better go try out the real game because it's much better. Aside from that, happy with this new lighting scheme because now I can be real comfortable, real center frame, and if anything, I have my laptop right in front of me, which you can't see, but it's right here. I've got my computer here, which is, been great. This is an old computer, but it still works. I mean, come on. But I can pick up resources. We can watch videos together. I can put something on the screen, and I can put myself in the corner, like, a little face cam kind of thing. I think the content's going to be a lot better going forward here. So we're going to utilize that in this video, but introduction and updates aside, how you guys doing? Happy Saturday. It's been a pretty interesting week. We're getting real close to the holidays. A lot of folks get real depressed around this time. A lot of folks get real happy around this time. I happen to be the latter crowd, but if you are feeling a little down in the dumps, just know that today we're going to get into a topic that is really surefire to, I don't think I'm saying that right, to help you out of that dump, right? And we're talking about positive feedback loops, all right? Positive feedback loops and what essentially that means. And the antithesis of that, which is the negative feedback loops. And now we're reading from left to right. I don't know why. But we're going to go over a very simple concept that is objects in motion will stay in motion. Objects in rest will stay at rest, okay? And this is something that is a law of physics, thanks Newton, but it is also a very good, important law of attraction as well, which I've never made that connection there, but we just did it in real time. So law of attraction as well, where like what you kind of anticipate, what you kind of build yourself up to believe is oftentimes going to be what that outcome is, especially in situations that are heavily dependent on your performance, right? So in those situations, what you are expecting, what you are anticipating is oftentimes going to have an effect on the outcome. Now, we are going real roundabout, but the main important thing is positive feedback loops, all right? So let's talk about it. A positive feedback loop is a self-reinforcing cycle where an initial action or outcome triggers more of the same, amplifying the original effect. So now we have a good baseline for what a positive and negative feedback loop really are. It is more of the same. All right, and this is why we started off the video with objects in motion will stay in motion. Objects at rest will stay at rest. So you can make an analogy that objects in motion are like a positive feedback loop and objects at rest are like a negative feedback loop. So I make the decision to go to the gym for the first time. First time in many, many years, or first time at all. I just make a decision to get in my car, get off my ass, walk through those doors, and do something, right? This could be characterized as the very beginning, original stimulus or original action, initial action, that will trigger more of the same, right? So this is talking about habit building. This is also talking about just general mood, right? So let's say I go to the gym for the first time, and whether I walk on the treadmill or I pick up some free weights or I use some of the machines that are there, or I just have a conversation with a couple of people and talk about, the fact that this is my first day, whatever the case, when I walk out of that building, I feel like I accomplished something. I feel a little bit better. So now going through the rest of my day, I'm going to go food shopping now. Okay, so I go food shopping and I think to myself, I need the essentials. I need eggs. I need milk. I need butter. I need meat. I need bread. I need eggs. That's about all I shop for. I mean, bulking, right? Clean bulk, love it. I go to the grocery store, right? I walk through those doors, and the first thing I do is smile at somebody walking out, right? Because I'm in a good mood, I'm happy. I smile at that person, they smile at me. That's pretty cool. That's going to continue to boost my mood. I think to myself, oh, that was nice. I had a nice interaction with somebody, whether it was a million words or zero at all. I smiled at that person, they smiled at me. Now I'm walking through the grocery aisle, right, and I'm picking out certain things. And because I went to the gym today and I feel like I did good, and maybe I'm starting a positive habit here, I want to lose some weight, and going to the gym, that was step one. Step two is actually diet, right? So now I'm walking down the aisle, and I'm out of syrup. I remember I make pancakes all the time, and I'm out of syrup. So today I'm going to go get some more syrup. I walk down, and there's 4 different syrup options, 125 brands. For some reason, that only equates to 4 options. But in the analogy, let's just talk about 2 options. You have the regular sugar option, and you have the low-calorie, low-sugar option. Now, because I worked so hard in the gym, and because I smiled at that person and they smiled at me, I am in a great mood. I'm thinking about my goals, and I'm going to continue this. I say, you know what? I'm going to take the low sugar, low calorie option syrup, because who needs all that extra sugar? I love my pancakes, and this syrup is a treat in and of itself, and I will take the low calorie option to continue on with my goal of losing weight. Bang, bang, bang. Let's say we do this for the rest of the time we're shopping. We start to really think, okay, well, I've got the option of getting these chips, or I could get carrots and celery and maybe a little bit of ranch, and I can make a little bit of a healthier thing. I mean, ranch is the healthiest thing in the world, but maybe some hummus or some shit like that. I don't know. But you go and you pick different healthy snacks that are going to continue to push you down the road to your goal, right? And this is all because you started with going to the gym. So long anecdote, long analogy, long story to start off aside, we have essentially broken down what it means to start a positive feedback loop and give yourself a fighting chance. You make it easier to make those harder decisions, like, dieting and choosing certain foods and going out there and denying yourself. We talk about self-discipline on this channel all the time. Most of what self-discipline really boils down to is self-denial and self-sacrifice, and deciding that I'm going to sacrifice here because the long-term perspective of my goal says that this decision, while I want it real bad, I want that sugary syrup, it doesn't fit in line with my long-term goal, which is to lose weight. So with our self-discipline, we make the decision to go with the low-calorie option. What I'm saying here is that is not an easy thing to do, to make that decision, but it is necessary. And with a positive feedback loop, you can make those decisions easier on you because you just happen to be in a better mood. You happen to be thinking positively about your goal and saying to yourself, I can achieve more. I want to take every step that I possibly can to achieve more and get closer to my goal today. That's the plan. That's the ticket. Young LA today, you know me, big Young LA guy. Hopefully they sponsor me one day. I would love to look back at these videos and be like, dude, Young LA sponsored me. So good job for wearing all that shit, because they eventually noticed. I don't know. But, I mean, there's really not much else to go into. Positive feedback loops, negative feedback loops. I mean, we could talk about negative feedback loops and say, how does the same exact thing change when you don't start with a positive decision like going to the gym? Now, not to say that going to the gym is always going to be the number one positive thing you can possibly do. I think it's pretty great, but there are little decisions that can trigger these things. You don't have to make a monumental choice to go to the gym for the first time in order to trigger a positive feedback loop. It could be as simple as your alarm goes off, you get up in one ring. 8 o'clock in the morning, that shit goes off, and you always hit snooze. You always hit snooze. You always hit snooze. You go 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is. So alarm goes off at 8 a.m. You get up. You start making breakfast. You make your breakfast. You take a shower. You pick out your clothes. You make sure they're nice and not wrinkled. If you got to press them, you press them. You got more than enough time because you woke up on time. Got yourself an extra 15 minutes, 15, 20. You got enough time to do these things. So now you're more prepared. Now your belly's full. You got your first meal of the day. It was healthy. It wasn't waste of money because you went to the store and you bought your milk and eggs and you bought your bacon and you bought your whatever. It probably didn't make bacon in 20 minutes, but whatever the case, instead of stopping at McDonald's, stopping at Wawa, stopping at whatever your fast food place of choice is in your area, and wasting $12 when you could have made all that crap at home for less than $4. That's the truth, right? So you save money, you got your belly filled, you look good, you play good, now you go to work and you let somebody in traffic because, hey man, I'm having a great day. Come on, buddy, you go ahead, right? Beautiful. Let's talk about the same guy who snoozes, loses 20 minutes on the morning. So I have to be up in 10 minutes and out of this freaking door, all right? And normally I have enough time, but I snooze for 20 minutes. So now I gotta get up, I gotta really quickly brush my teeth. If I've got a shower, then I'm jumping in, jumping out, putting my clothes on. Who cares if they're wrinkly? Get myself in the car, and now I'm cutting people off on the way to work, honking at motherfuckers, yelling, screaming in the car at nobody. I get myself to work. I'm hungry. I didn't have enough time to stop and get food. So now I'm irritable and I'm not really getting along well with my coworkers or my boss or anything like that. Every challenge from here on out is going to be that much harder. Pretty easy in this analogy to say which one you'd rather be. And this is a testament to how strong a positive feedback loop and a negative feedback loop can really be. So it's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be much harder. We're getting to the point on this channel where we've almost broken down exactly the blueprint on how to achieve any goal that you set your mind to. Take it and run with it, guys. This is some really important stuff, and I've used it to absolutely turn my life around. We are super duper locked in a way that I have never even seen before, especially out of a dude like me. So if I can do it, I promise you that you can do it, okay? You probably have a lot less demons in your freaking head than I do, and I did it. I'm here, right? Am I a billionaire yet? Like I said, no. But I think that one day, this is going to become an extremely successful channel, and I'm going to become an extremely successful businessman because I will it so. It's my long-term goal, and I put every decision I make into this long-term perspective to see how it works into it. And if it works into it. If it doesn't, I don't do it. If it doesn't, I go for it, 100%. No questions asked. My positive feedback loop is unbreakable. You can't stop my vibe. And that's for show though. That was really corny. Listen, thanks for watching. If you have comments, if you have stories to tell, ways to help other viewers, drop it in the comments. Let everybody know a way that this has helped you, whether it is coming from my channel or it is just something that you already knew and you landed on this video because you liked the thumbnail or you thought I was cute. Thank you, appreciate you. But interact, create a community, help each other out, talk to each other, comment on each other's comments, and just let it all out. You know what I'm saying? Let it all out. Talk about your success. Talk about your failures. Failures are the things that we can learn from the most. I talk about my failures all the time. Everybody. I annoy them about it because I want to learn. That's for show. All right. I'm yapping too much. Thanks for watching.